up and deal. In goal for Finland is Petteri Rimpinen, and it is Carl Axelsson for Sweden. So playing North American junior hockey. Most of his teammates playing overseas in Sweden. Tuva off the draw, takes it toward the goal. Shot gets blocked, picked up by Pettersson. He hits Danielson, back to Pettersson. He gives it a wrap, entering on the right-hand side. Jack Berglund gets there first. He gets a stick on it, pokes it into the corner, pressing down Saline Wallenius. Now behind the goal, Pettersson. Finding the open man, Saline Wallenius takes the snapshot, and we continue to see a lot of traffic in front of the goal. Some personnel. Up ice, Jokinen. Kalto, he takes the shot into the mitt. In the spot, Yoki and Lindberg. Kalto, behind the goal. Oh, Kalto tried a hard wrap. And Boelius deflects the pass, intended target, Viggo Nordlund getting up ice. Finns on the counterattack. This is Kivi Harhu. Gets to the blue line, makes a pass. They lose possession. And up ice the other way, Stenberg. Gliding into the neutral zone. Pushes it over to Pettersson. He dumps it. Swedes not ceding the zone. They force the Finns to recover. Second time's a charm. Kuda, he hits Van Hanen. Zone entry for him, swinging wide, taking a shot from a wide angle. He gathers up his own rebound. Out top, Kivi Harhu. He goes toward the goal with it. That's knocked down, and quickly you see Boumedienne wanting to get up involved and leading the rush. That was kind of fun, Tom.
Yes, he did, and took off with it.
Viggo Bjork wins the draw. Over to Saline Wallenius. Now they go back to Viggo. He lobs this one out to the neutral zone. Bouncing puck played by Boelius. He hits Pietila. A little too far for Yoki. And the Swedes comfortable breaking out in front of their own goal. That's ill-advised. They turned it over on the doorstep to Yoki and Pietila. Another grade A scoring chance.
That was the definition of giveaway.
I go back to
sweet. It looked like a couple guys had to.
Here's the turnover.
Duck. Yeah, that was a beauty. Call that a pizza.
Delivery.
Just delivery right on
entry. Puck gets away from him, and it's a breakout chance for Sari. Plays it on the wrap right-hand side. The Finns working their way up ice. Zone entry for Pikkarainen. He swings wide. There's a centering backhand that got tipped up at our line for the Swedes. The Finns have won 6 and been runner-up 7 times. A lot of success in World Junior. And Swedes have actually appeared in one more championship game. They've been in the final 14 times, 12 times silver, 2 times gold.
I would say they look probably the sharpest coming out of this summer showcase, and they're going to be a formidable group. We talked about it yesterday, too, that because it's a 19-year, it's a single birth year, a couple of 18-year-olds, maybe a 17-year-old here or there, but a birth year matters, and you can have a strong birth year and you can have weaker birth years, and sometimes the nation is down in a certain year, and this seems to be a birth year that Sweden is super strong, or two birth years.
Nordlund, who does a great job kicking it from his skates to his stick. Now Boumedienne. He gives it back to Stenberg, who's been very active this shift. Hard pass onto the tape, Lindberg. And now Stenberg with a great shot. He had a hat trick the first day, and he's really been all over the ice the last, 20 seconds. Fun to watch, one of the youngest players in the field. Rebound available, and Nordlund gets 3 cracks at it. Goaltender down. Somehow it stays out. Initial save, Rimpinen. Some help from the Finnish players in front of him, but I'm attributing half of that to a force field around the goal. Seemed like the will of God keeping the Swedes off the board.
He really had to have his leg pad, his right leg just buried into the ice to keep it puck from going underneath it.
That flurry levels up the shot count at 8-8. We've got 8 minutes remaining here in the opening period, 12 minutes down. Kalto, he gets pulled down. There's no call. Interesting.
There's been a few no calls.
There have been, and it's been a
they haven't been
jump behind Aaron Kivi Harhu. Credit Kivi Harhu with an incredible job of responding and quickly getting in position, stopping that rush from Genborg. Boelius, he goes back to Kivi Harhu. Boy, a lot of poise across this Finnish back line. They scratched Nicholas Newcarry. He was added to this group, always playing well. Monanen not in this game, and the 6 they have dressed, they make it look easy, Tom.
Yes.
The Finnish defense, and we know it's not, but they're calm and poised and get in position with their skating skills, and when they have the puck, they get rid of it quickly. It's fun to watch. Down into the corner on the forecheck, Pikkarainen. Puck gets away from him. Nilsson, his pass doesn't connect, and regrouping back into his own end. We'll see how he does here. Opposite him is Viggo Bjork. Another clean win for Ruohonen. Kivi Harhu. He's going to play away from Koivu. Koivu, little back and forth, fakes the shot, moves, fakes the shot, and he gives it back over on the right-hand side to Tuva. Kivi Harhu, Tuva, down low into the flank. They go to Kivi Harhu. Eyes it, makes the feed. Pikkarainen try to pass back to Koivu, and good anticipation by Viggo Bjork. Got a stick on it, got
at the end of the bench.
Good news is I don't think it hit him in the face.
No, it's a leg, I think.
And he actually he's one of the only players wearing a full cage. So you think, I thought it looked like it got up high in the chest, but he went down like a shot, had hit him.
He hobbled off.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a leg, inside thigh, maybe, kind of where there's no padding. And
yeah. Well,
inside knee.
That's the 8th power play goal for Finland in 5 games.
Yeah, they don't mess around on the PP.
Goes into the books 28 from 9 and 3, which is Ruohonen from Koivu and Kivi Harhu. And that is the first assist for Atos Koivu. He's had the hot hand. He's been scoring goals at will. And I made the comment yesterday, you'd think eventually he'd take a shot that hits the goalie in the mask and somebody'd be there to knock it in. Spot. Goaltenders remain the same. Petteri Rimpinen for Finland. Carl Axelsson for 3 Crowns. Played over on the wall, picked up by Vesterinen. He makes the short pass. Ruohonen hits Tuva. Back to Ruohonen. He gets blitzed. Big hit by Sascha Boumedienne, but he got the worst of it as he then slid into the boards and a little bit rattled as he got back to his feet. Kivi Harhu plays with his partner, sliding it over to Bo Elias. Kivi Harhu slowly up ice, makes the pass. That one's tipped, and the Finns opting to switch up all 4 of the 5. Here comes the last, hopping the boards. Fire away from the goal. Now the redirect is back on goal. Beautiful power play execution by the Finns.
And they, like you said, they've got this thing just down to a science.
Boy, so Ropa Vesterinen, the shot came from Nieminen, and adding an assist there, Jesper Kuta.
Nice
so
steal.
they moved there's a good scoring chance down low. And Dina, face-off, controlled by the Finns. They make the pass to Kalto. Pietila, the target. Instead it turns over. Nordlund with a shot. A deflection. Great defensive play by Aaron Kivi Harhu. Then comes out of the corner with it. Starting a breakout quickly off his stick. And the short pass to the centerman. He overskates it. Somehow comes out of the crowd with it. Now Kalto bails him out by sliding it over to Pietila. Down behind the goal. Circling on the forecheck, Pietila. He's ridden off the puck. Swedes the other way on the counter attack. Straight up the middle, Stenberg. That pass gets poked away. Winds up onto the stick of Lindberg. One-timer from the point into the mid. Huge shot, Sascha Boumedienne.
Carl Axelsson is looking sharp in net for Finland. You can catch him down in, they flip-flopped on Canada and U.S., right? Then these two teams. Sweden might have a few more draft
Sweden
picks.
has a lot of guys that went in the second round. Canada seems to have a lot of guys that went in the first round. And, Nieminen, I looked him up. He was a late pick, 6th round, but it wasn't his first draft year. It was his second draft year. So, it sometimes maybe, rebound available. they make a pass, playing it out top, and there's a one-timer from the point off balance, but somehow Kiwi Harhu still got it off. Hit somebody in the shoulder, went into the corner. Now the Swedes trying to break out. They're just going to lob it out to the neutral zone, and Kiwi Harhu got a stick on it real quick, slid it over to his partner, and now Boelius trying to find a way out. He plays back to Kiwi Harhu. Now a pass over to Boelius, and lobbed into the neutral zone. Pietila says, I'm just going to swat it down into the corner. He was worried about getting hit. That puck was a little bit slow to arrive.
He dumped it in with his glove.
Yeah. 6 minutes deep into the second period. Pass out in front of Boumedienne.
Boumedienne.
Sixth round pick, 163rd playing time, at least temporarily, for the other 5. Puck rings the boards. Piikarainen looking to pull it away from Nilsson, but Nilsson got there first. Now out of the crowd, Daniel Nieminen. Fans on the pass, recovers nicely, and then chops it out just in time. Up ice, this is Kuta. Left-hand side, makes the feed. Hard cut by Van Hanen, and he plays Soini. Walking it down, gets the puck flat. Went to pull the trigger, and it's blocked by Genborg. Great game today from Eddie Genborg. Up ice, puck played. Piikarainen turns to his forehand. Zone entry, everybody's on sides. Uses that long reach to pull it away from the Swedish players and then wraps it in on a dump. They try to regain possession, but they lost the zone in the process. Now drifting back into his own end. Boelius cuts in front of his own goal. Quickly passes off to Yoki. Right-hand side, Calto in on his backhand. Circling, dealing with that pressure from Saline Wallenius. Now down low for Pietila. Pietila out of the corner. He's ridden into the boards. And Saline Wallenius helping out. Playing back to his partner. Swedes trying to get up ice. They go with a vertical pass out high. More. But what they miss is when you get to these teenage years, it's really all hockey all the time. That's what we'd expect in your late teens is, stretch pass to Piikarainen, breakaway for him, and on top of the goaltender. And a nice recovery from Saline Wallenius. And an easy save for Axelson as a result. But, Tom, I think these Scandinavian teams, power play, all 3 goals in this game have been on the power play. And Sweden now trails 2-1. And we'll listen to the public address announcer get that one for you. There's Boumedienne. Koivu. 26.
Yep, but Axelson was up to the task. I think he sniffed that out. Made sure his shoulder and head were tucked up against the post.
Piikarainen fights off the check, pushes it up ahead to Westergaard. The Swedes counter, Saline Wallenius working up in front of his own bench. Then the next pass is a long one that bounces around before coming onto the stick of Boumedienne. Berglund. There's one pass down low to Danielson. One last pass that got deflected. Finns eventually get control, and they're just going to shovel it outside the zone, try to get for a line change. They have been pinned down to their own end a little bit too much for their liking. 1 minute 45 seconds to go. Shots on goal, 17-16 Sweden. Scoreboard reads 2-1 Finland. All goals coming on the power play. And I think that scoreboard's indicative of just what a tight game. From his knees, the puck is played over to Nilsson. Back behind the goal line, Genborg has it stolen by Jokinen. He's going to play some dead puck behind the goal, trying to just slow things down and get to that period horn. 2 seconds to go. Shot knocked down in traffic. The Finns 2 and the Swedes 1. The Finns control the draw. They play this over to Boelius. He makes a pass to Kiwi Harhu. He sent it up ice, but the deflection came just shy of the...
We caught up on family and kids and all that, but there was another fan that started talking to me a little bit about, I think he's been coming to all these games, and he just thinks that, Canada didn't look real strong, and U.S. needs to have some work to do, and he, like kind of everything we're seeing, that these two teams are rolling along and looking pretty solid, and
Pretty good's an understatement. I heard USA Hockey's trying to get a lot of 18 and 19-year-old girls to come to the games the next few, hoping that some of these can become American by marriage and play for the U.S. aboard. Those long passes, those passing lanes can close pretty quickly, and crisis averted as it just narrowly missed that Finnish player.
Yeah, you typically, if you're in your D zone and you're in the corner, you want to avoid sending it all the way across the zone to the other side.
Ruohonen took the drop pass from Vesterinen. Next pass did not connect, but the Finns regrouping, drifting back into their own end, and there's a hard pass to Vesterinen. He turns to his forehand. Little separation from Ruohonen, and I think as the game wears on and I decide to look at some different things, it's fun to watch how the players seem to move around 15 feet away from the guy on their team with the puck. They always seem to have that perfect spacing. And when you change your angles a little bit, then the passing lane changes, and it's hard to defend. It's 15 to 20 feet apart. Stenberg, he's going to slow it down. That allows the Three Crowns to complete the line change. Turning up ice, Saline Wallenius. He goes rink wide. Head of steam, entering the zone. Nielsen getting around the defender. In on top of the goaltender. Tried a little shovel shot up under the bar.
Cut down the outside and try to get around the D.
I'm gonna add to that when we get a stoppage. So Jenborg makes the pass. Nielsen, zone entry for him, and he tucks it down. Soini in the corner. A little dead puck played by the Swedes on the forecheck, and he actually used his foot to manipulate it and tried to play back to the blue line. Somehow the Swedes have held the zone and maintained possession, just using all the limbs.
Yeah, that puck sticks to their stick, and they're strong on their sticks and body position.
2020, a shot count here. It's been a very evenly played hockey game. Finland once led 2-0 if you're watching and just joining us. Sweden scored and then hit a crossbar. All of those, the 3 goals and the crossbar, all occurring on power as he exits the zone and delivers a dart right onto the tape of Ruohonen.
These guys don't mess around passing either. They put some mustard on it.
They do, and then sometimes they don't. They also have a great sense of when to do touch passes into the right spaces for players to fill. So it's
that's a good point.
It's a lot of awareness on the part of these guys, and it's not just throwing the puck away. It's always with a purpose. Right hand side, Tuva. He drops it back.
Oh, good look.
Soini.
Almost a redirect there.
Rebound comes to Tuva. That hops up over the stick of Jokinen.
Oh. Tried the reverse shoulder.
To the blue line. Zone held. Thrown in by Jokinen. Koivu curling. This has been a long shift. We'll see what happens. Berglund powering up the boards. Pass off on target. Look at Nordlund. Nordlund coming in wide.
Oh, got his own rebound and tried to put it up over the shoulder.
Played over for. We've got a long time without a whistle.
Icing. I was just here.
We finally got it. And they dropped the puck. It was like shot out of a can. He was with the D and you scored off the opening. So we hit the midpoint here. 10 minutes to go in the final period. And that was said with a question mark, Tom, because we do have overtime provisions should this game end regulation tied. We would play an overtime, not 5-on-5 though, and then we'd have a shootout after that. Back behind his goal, Leo Saline Wallenius, and he decided he was going to break out starting in his own blue. A little poke check there right in front of Axelson, and didn't quite connect. But shot just wide of the mark by Jenborg. Jenborg continues to have a great game.
Yeah, he's a big fella, and he's all over the place. He's a handful for these guys.
Yeah, Eddie Jenborg has just been outstanding today. Second round pick of the Detroit Red Wings, 44th overall.
Yeah, he's looking good for them right now.
Yeah,
here we go. It's going to be a breakaway.
Breakaway the other way. Out of the zone. Yoki's run down by Leo Saline Wallenius. And Tom, you said it earlier. You think a guy's off to the races, and there's always somebody that skates well enough to recover. And close entry to Lindbergh. He slows it down, waiting for Sascha Boumedienne to join the 5. Everybody's in frame now, and Johansson with a shot that hits glass. Comes back over the crossbar. Koivu for Finland. Koivu wins the draw, sends it back to Nieminen.
Great exit.
The puck bounced over someone's stick, so the Finns lose possession, but Danielson is back down in his own end. That pass hits the stick. Now down into the corner is Jokinen. They work a pass to Nieminen, and it's deflected to the centerman, and that's that one-touch passing that you're talking about. Westergaard looking over on the back door for Koivu, and now it's the Swedes with some one-touch passing. And Berglund gets to the red line, slowing it down, and that'll be an icing call. 7:16 to go. The Finns in the attacking zone, but they lose the draw, and it's Salin Wallenius. He shovels it up ahead, and it's a jump ball batted by Soini. Zone entry for Van Hanen. He sends it through the slot area. Kuta.
Wow.
And now skating into the traffic was Johansson, but he came out, Wilson Bjork. He puts on the brakes, plays out to the blue line. Salin Wallenius, and a shot from Boumedienne, just 2.5 minutes to go. Tom, goaltender in for now. At what point do the Swedes want to pull? Goaltender Carl Axelsson.
Oh,
that thing hit the near post.
Boumedienne.
They still trail by one. They've got the zone. He's looking toward the bench.
Coming.
He's out to the hashes, and you have a feeling with a face-off he'd come out for sure, but without a face-off, they've got to get him if they want that extra attacker.
Here he comes.
They pull him right as the zone is lost. Now they've got to regain the
now
zone,
they ice
and a
it.
loose pass, and it's an icing.
Pretty quickly. They're going to want to win this draw and try to exit the zone, and maybe as they cross the center ice.
Face-off win from Sarlainen would be huge.
They won it.
Boumedienne gets it. Swedes with the win on the draw and turning up ice. Salin Wallenius makes a pass rink wide, running underneath it. Boumedienne, the rush is led by the two defensemen. Goaltender now out. 6-on-5, 1 minute 39 seconds to go. Stenberg in the corner. He makes a pass. This is knocked down by Bernstrom. Takes a little cut back at the Cub ad, and now down behind the goal line is Viggo Bjork. Swedes going young. Boumedienne plays his partner. Salin Wallenius holds the zone, wraps it, working the perimeter. They're going to try to attack 6-on-5. The Finns in a tight little X. They've got a little 2-1-2 box play. Played back, Salin Wallenius. Shot into the net. Glove saved by Rimpinen.